everyone. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Sydney.
Welcome to our first episode of Laundry Day. This is a safe space to air things out. This show allows people to share their stories, experiences, and thoughts completely anonymously. You send us your questions or situations, and we'll talk it out.
We're all humans and have gone through so many different things. Shame and judgment does not exist here. So we had a few people write into the show, and we're just going to get into a couple of things that they had to say. So our first question was, or our first statement was, I want to move to a new city, but I'm scared I'm just running away from my problems. You want to get into this, Natalie?
Oh, okay. So I want to move to a new city, but I'm scared. I'm just running away from my problems.
Yes.
I mean, if that's what you're doing, running away from your problems, okay, that's crazy. But so moving to a new city, that's fun. That's new. It's exciting. But why are you doing it? That's up to you to really decide. But if you feel like there's just problems upon problems where you are from, where you're leaving, who's to say it doesn't start where you're going next? Like, fix the stuff where you're at. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if you feel like you're running away from your problems, you probably are.
Well, if you're running away from your problems, sometimes that's okay. I think sometimes you need a fresh start. I think when things get a little overwhelming, sometimes you just need to run away and start fresh. Now, I do think that while you run away, don't take that baggage with you.
True.
When you're going to a new space, that's your time to kind of start fresh.
Exactly.
And the problems that you had in your old city, you definitely don't want to bring them to your new city.
I say change your name, new identity, everything. Why not, right?
Change your name, new identity. Sometimes they say new year, new you.
Yes.
New city, hopefully not new problems.
Right.
I would definitely say first, definitely do your research on your city, because you definitely want to make sure that you're not moving to a city that has the same problems that you're dealing with. Maybe you don't like the weather, or maybe you feel like there's not enough to do. The new city that you're moving to, it might have those same problems. So maybe go on YouTube, look at people that have moved to the city that you're moving to, and just kind of see, is this place actually for me?
Exactly. And the job market, are you going to get a job at your new place? Right. Because problems with jobs are everywhere. So if that's a part of a reason you're leaving in the first place, figure it out. You want to go to the next question?
Let's go to the next one. So this one says they feel a little behind in life and they're comparing themselves to social media. How do I stop the spiraling about this situation? What do you think, Nat?
You start.
I'll start, because you're making that face. You're making that face. Yep. So I would definitely say social media, it can definitely be hard to not compare yourself, because you're logging on. Social media nowadays, people are broadcasting every moment, every second of their life.
Right.
So it can be very difficult, and you might feel like you're behind, or everybody's getting a car. I don't have a car. I don't even have my license. So I would definitely say the first step is just to log off. Sometimes you just need to get off of there, because people are going to keep documenting what's going on in their life. True. That's not going to stop. But what you do have control over is not logging onto social media and not comparing yourself. So it's as simple as just logging off.
That is true. Honestly, first thing that came to my mind, oh my gosh, third world problems. Social media is literally not the biggest problem in your life. Trust me.
The world is bigger than social media.
If that's how you feel, I guess, just turn it off. It's not that big of a deal. I get it. Social media is this big thing. We're all on it every day, all day, seeing all the amazing things happening in other people's lives. But if you just go outside, touch grass, figure out what's good in your life, you'll be fine. Just take it one step at a time. Leave the internet alone.
Yes.
It's fine.
It'll be there when you leave. I promise. It'll be the same. The same mess will be there when you leave and when you come back.
And people have bigger problems. I'm just saying.
There are bigger problems in the world than Instagram,
than social media.
Yes.
But it's a real thing though. So hopefully you can figure that out.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'll read the next one.
All right.
I've outgrown my friend group, but nothing bad happened. Do I slowly pull away or talk about it? Honestly, I've slowly pulled away from a friend and never said anything about it. Am I proud of it? No, but I've done it. We all have done it, I think.
I think we've all been there. And I will say certain friendships, because they didn't say much. They said nothing bad happened in quotations.
Yeah.
But even if something bad didn't happen, sometimes friendships just don't require end conversation. Yeah. Sometimes it's a mutual agreement like, hey, we had our good times, or we had our good times, we had some bad times. Yep. Let's just pull away. But if that is a really close friend of yours, maybe there is room to have a conversation and at least make your peace and say, hey, this upset me that you did, or I felt like you didn't show up as a good friend. Whatever the problem might have been, if you guys were really close, I do think that at least having a conversation and just giving closure to the situation, that could help before you just slowly ease away. But once again, it also kind of just depends on what happened in that friendship. It
depends on what happened, how the friendship kind of started, or just the dynamic of the friendship in general. Because there are work friends that I've had, and we were like this at work. And then I left the job. I literally have never spoken to them again.
And that makes sense.
And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what kind of friend group is this? Is this somebody that you've been friends with since the second grade?
Right.
Then, yes, have a conversation.
Have a conversation.
And if it's a real friend, they should be able to take it. Figure it out. Like, hey, what's up? Why aren't we on the same page? Right. Why aren't we connecting like we used to?
Exactly.
Let's go out for chicken nuggets on a 2 a.m. on a Tuesday again. Like, I don't know.
Spontaneous things.
Figure it out. Talk it out in person, on the phone, on whatever you need to do. Figure it out. Good friends are hard to come by.
They are.
So figure it out. A good friend is a good friend.
Exactly. Work through it. And you never know. Sometimes the feeling might be mutual. They might be like, hey, like, I felt like things were off too. Like, I'm glad that you approached this conversation and y'all can work through it. And sometimes you work through it and you realize, you talk about it and you're like, let's walk away. So I would just say have that conversation, and then from there, maybe step away or see if you can work things out.
Yeah. I wonder what it is, though, because if it's like a three-friend group, it's like a third wheel happening, a new friend that's talking about another.
They might have to write back in, update us and see what's going on.
Give us some more. Yes. Let us know how that works.
Okay. I'll read the next one. Yes.
Yep.
So I keep saying I want change, but when opportunities show up, I talk myself out of them. How do I stop being the one holding myself back? That's a good one. So we have a situation of self-sabotage here.
Yes.
We definitely do.
Yes,
which I will say,
sure.
I think I'll start this one off because I can somewhat understand not necessarily holding myself back from opportunities, because that's a blessing.
Sure.
When new things come, you have to take advantage. But I have had moments where I felt kind of nervous once I get to that space, and I kind of question, oh my goodness, like, what am I doing here? Like, especially being young, sometimes I'm the youngest person in a room. And so because I'm young, people question my experience, or, oh, does she know what she's doing? And sometimes you can kind of get in your head about that.
Absolutely.
But I would definitely say what's for you finds you. And so when you are blessed with a new opportunity, take full-fledged advantage, because trust me, there are 100 other people waiting to be in the very spot that you were in.
Exactly.
So don't ever say no, unless it's something that it's taking your energy. It's, it's something that's just going against your boundaries and your beliefs. Of course, maybe say no. But if it's something that you've been waiting for,
that you've worked hard
for,
absolutely,
restless nights, like, do not let that opportunity pass you by.
Yes, especially if it's a skill set that you've practiced and worked at and perfected, and you've gotten to the point where you have opportunities coming to you. Use it. Like, use your gifts. I think that sometimes we can be scared of the things that we don't know what could happen. A new job is scary. A new opportunity is scary.
It is.
Sometimes even if this is a change in your career, that's really scary.
Absolutely.
But just take the opportunity. Kind of put your big girl panties on. I don't know. That's figure it out. Move forward. Don't hold yourself back. That is just the worst thing you could possibly do for yourself. Absolutely. Why stay in the same spot when you can move forward?
Absolutely. And I think the last word that I'm going to leave with is really just get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
That's one thing that I really had to learn just by being in school, being in different environments. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's something that you cannot avoid in life. And I think when you have resiliency, you're able to apply that and adapt to whatever environment that you're in. So best of luck to you in this new environment. Do not self-sabotage.
We'll take a break.
Okay. So we're going to jump back into these questions. Somebody says, my family expects a certain version of me, and I don't want to be that person anymore. How do I stay true to myself and not disappoint the people that I love?
That's deep.
This is very deep. This is very deep.
This is a good question, though,
It
because
is.
this
Great question.
is growth, self-reflection,
It is.
but also keeping other people considering your growth, like people who you grew up with, the people who love you, who are just surrounded by you like every day, who know who you are. And then just one day you feel like you just change, you grow, you for the better, or just your personality, just as a adult changing, or even a child going into an adult, your personality changes. You like we've all had a phase. There was a time where
I've had a couple.
the heavy eyeliner, the graphic tees, it was a thing. But not every family is super accepting of those phases and changes and different seasons and different phases of the moon, like I like to call them. But you just have to be true to yourself. You have to be confident in who you are, because everybody else, is everybody else. They're all living their truth too. They're all experiencing you as you are experiencing you. So give them some grace to figure you out as you are figuring yourself out. But also don't let it affect you too much. Like just keep going in your journey.
That was beautifully said. I feel like anything that I say won't amount to that.
That was good.
But that was
Came from the
good.
soul.
Yes, you did. I would definitely agree and piggyback off of what she said. But I also think sometimes when you grow, sometimes you outgrow the people that you're around too. And kind of tapping into that other question, it might have been something to where they've outgrown their friend group. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
My mom always says there's reasons and seasons. And so there's reasons why people come into your life. There's seasons where people come into your life. And if they stay and if they go, it's not a bad thing. It's just life. It's just evolution. And I think the first thing is accepting yourself and being okay with the change and the evolution that you've brought onto yourself. And then the second thing to worry about is people accepting the new version of you.
Exactly.
And one thing to consider is there's going to be another version after that. You're going to continue to grow and continue to evolve. And I think that it's important to not look at the acceptance in other people, but first in yourself.
Amen, girl.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, good luck with that, though.
Yes, definitely. And congratulations on that new growth. That's exciting. I love that.
I'm so nosy. I'll just be wondering, like, what's the details behind
Right.
that? But that's why we're doing this show.
Absolutely.
All right. So the next one is, I miss who I used to be, but I also know I can't go back. How do I accept the new version of myself?
So this is almost like...
Honestly, these questions are on like a self-growth, like a journey. Like all of you are
I'm on
really...
this journey too.
I love it. It's very deep. Okay, so
they miss who they used to be. I don't think there's anything wrong with missing who you used to be. I think only when it becomes a problem is when you start to fall back into those old habits.
Right.
I think you just have to find a healthy way of reminiscing, hey, I had great times, whether it was an old friend group, an old relationship, whatever the case may be. Even that was your old city and you moved to a new city. Yeah. I think there's nothing wrong with reflecting on a time in your life where you were happy and you were having fun. But I also think it's important to remember the hard work that you put into building yourself up and being in this new space and not letting that go. And also, I think it just takes time accepting the new version of yourself. I have to remind myself, too, every day is different. You're going to feel different about yourself every single day. But I think it's important to look at where you came from and look at where you are now and just kind of staying in a moment of gratitude as well to just be thankful, like, hey, I've worked this hard to get to this point. Right. And don't do anything to jeopardize that.
Exactly. Even if you're not where you want to be in this very moment, you still have the vision, which is a good enough start. Even, I'm not sure where you were. You say that you can't go back. Right. I'm not sure what that means. Most people do want to go forward, so that's something I wish I had a little bit more detail with, because is this something psychological? Is this physical? Is this emotional? Is this something that you physically want to have back? I'm not really sure, but either way, like there is time for reflection. We all, nostalgia. Like we've all had a moment where we've all wanted to go back for something. But we can't dwell on it. We can't kind of just sit and think, oh my gosh, the wonderful things of the past. I wish. You kind of just have to move forward, take everything that you've learned from then to now and implement it in your life in the best ways possible.
Look at you with these words of wisdom. Look at you.
I got a PhD coming.
I know that's right. Okay, Dr. Natalie. All right.
But no, yeah, that's it's a hard question, but I
is.
do wish you the best of luck.
Absolutely.
And I hope the new version of yourself is amazing, beautiful, and triumphant.
Absolutely.
Another good word.
Yes.
Alrighty.
So now we are going to go into our static shock question, which is essentially something that is very random. It has nothing to do with what we've talked about in the rest of the video. It's just kind of something fun and to take the edge off, because some of these questions had us reflecting,
it was a
going
little
down
deep.
memory lane. It was a little deep for this first episode. So we just kind of want to reel it back in, have a little fun. So the static shock question for the day is, if your life right now had a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what would it be?
That's a good question.
It's a great question, actually.
I love music.
Music honestly is everything. I would say I listen to music when I clean. I listen
Yes.
to music when I'm getting started with my day, when I'm in the car.
Exactly.
Music is everything. It really is.
I walk into a lot of rooms. So this was a hard one. But I thought about this for a little while. And recently, I think that my schedule only calls for this song, Work by Rihanna featuring Drake, or Drake featuring Rihanna, whichever one.
I think it's Rihanna's
Because I work so much.
Yes.
Literally every room I have walked in,
It's been work.
it's been work. It's literally been work. I'm either working or thinking about work, about to work on something, late for work, something.
It's always work is just there. Work is just there.
Work.
Yes.
Literally. So yeah, that's my theme song.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And that's also on my playlist too.
It's a good song, though.
It is.
It's
a
catchy.
great song. So my theme song when I walk into a room would definitely be Ring the Alarm by Beyonce. That is one of her older songs.
Yeah.
And it's very, as soon as the song starts, it's just instant like, what's that? And I feel like that's almost the energy that I exude when I walk into a room. It's just like, who's that? It's like, it's So, yes.
Ring the alarm.
Ring the alarm. Yes.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yes.
That's I love it. Like
Yes.
that song is so bold.
It is. And it's very nostalgic too.
It is.
Yes.
It was the whole album was just
The whole album is just it's
after
everything.
hits
It's everything.
All right. I think that was our last question
That was
of
our
the
last
day.
question. It was.
That was really fun.
It was. And honestly, I just want to say thank you for everybody for being so vulnerable, for being so open, and really
Yes.
just pouring your heart out. It can be very difficult. Even though it is anonymous, just even saying like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't know if people are going to accept the new version of me, but I'm here and I want to accept the new version of me. Like, we're very thankful for everybody writing into the show.
Please keep writing in. Let us know your situations.
Yes.
You can be as vague or as detailed as you want. Of course, I want all the details.
All the juicy details.
Honestly, I want names too, but we won't say them on air. Not unless you really want us to. I'm really messy. But yeah, that was really fun. And hopefully we will see you guys back on Laundry Day.
Thank you. That was Laundry Day.
Bye.